In the tumultuous era of Roman occupation, a fiery Galilean named Judas emerged from the shadows, challenging the very fabric of Roman authority and traditional religious structures. His teachings, known as the Fourth Philosophy, ignited a firestorm of resistance that reverberates even today. Judas, alongside other prominent figures like John the Baptist and Jesus of Nazareth, dared to question the established order, advocating for a radical departure from the accepted norms of their time. Their message, steeped in the rich tapestry of Jewish prophetic tradition, called for a complete societal transformation, one rooted in social justice, spiritual authenticity, and unwavering resistance against oppression. The teachings of Judas and his contemporaries, particularly James, Jesus' brother, serve as a powerful testament to the enduring human yearning for liberation. Their words, echoing through the corridors of time, remind us that true freedom requires more than just physical emancipation. It demands a complete dismantling of the systems and structures that confine our minds, bodies, and spirits. They understood that true liberation is an ongoing process, a constant struggle against the forces that seek to enslave us. Their message is as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. In a world grappling with economic inequality, political manipulation, and spiritual emptiness, the 5 tenets of Judas's Fourth Philosophy offer a radical blueprint for individual and collective liberation. These principles, far from being relics of a bygone era, provide a timeless framework for navigating the complexities of the modern world and challenging the systems of control that permeate our lives. The first tenet of Judas the Galilean's philosophy strikes at the heart of a system designed to control and subjugate money. No money is not simply a call for poverty, it's a profound rejection of the idea that human worth can be quantified and controlled through financial systems. Judas recognized that money in the hands of the powerful becomes a tool of oppression, creating a stratified society where the wealthy elite prosper at the expense of the marginalized masses. This principle challenges us to question the very foundations of our economic systems. Are we truly free when our lives are dictated by the pursuit of wealth and the fear of scarcity? Judas's teachings encourage us to envision a world where human connection, community, and shared resources take precedence over material possessions. It is a call to reclaim our economic agency, to resist the allure of consumerism, and to embrace alternative models of exchange based on cooperation and mutual aid. This tenet is not about romanticizing poverty. It's about recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every human being, regardless of their economic status. It's about understanding that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the strength of our communities, the richness of our relationships, and the pursuit of a life filled with purpose and meaning. Judas's second tenet, no meat, extends his philosophy of liberation beyond the human realm, encompassing a deep reverence for all living creatures. This principle goes beyond simple dietary restrictions. It reflects a fundamental understanding of the interconnectedness of all life and a rejection of the exploitation of nature for human gain. In a world ravaged by the consequences of industrial agriculture, this tenet carries a profound message. The mass production of meat not only inflicts unimaginable suffering on billions of animals each year, but also contributes significantly to climate change, deforestation, and the depletion of our planet's precious resources. By embracing a plant-based lifestyle, we align ourselves with a more sustainable and compassionate way of living. No meat is a call to recognize the intrinsic value of all living beings, to acknowledge our interconnectedness with the natural world, and to reject the systems of cruelty and exploitation that dominate our food industry. It's about embracing a way of life that honors the delicate balance of our ecosystem and recognizes that our own well-being is inextricably linked to the well-being of all living creatures. Section 4. Unchaining the mind, no mind control. The third tenet, no mind control, government, lies at the very heart of Judas the Galilean's revolutionary philosophy, calling for a complete rejection of external authority and the insidious ways in which power structures manipulate our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. This principle recognizes that true freedom begins in the mind and that any form of government or institution that seeks to control our thoughts is inherently oppressive. Judas understood that power structures, whether political or religious, rely on our unquestioning obedience to maintain their control. They use propaganda, fear-mongering, and misinformation to shape our perceptions of the world and to keep us docile and compliant. No mind control is a clarion call to break free from these mental chains, to question everything, and to think critically for ourselves. This tenet encourages us to be wary of any ideology or belief system that claims to hold a monopoly on truth. It urges us to engage in critical thinking, to seek out diverse perspectives, and to form our own conclusions based on evidence and reason. It is a call to reclaim our intellectual sovereignty and to resist the insidious forces that seek to mold our minds to their own agendas. Section 5. The illusion of sacrifice. No sacrifice. No sacrifice, the fourth tenet, challenges the deeply ingrained notion that suffering and self-abnegation are necessary for spiritual growth or atonement. Judas rejected the idea that a loving God would demand the sacrifice of innocent beings, whether human or animal, as a precondition for forgiveness or salvation. This principle challenges us to question the narratives of sacrifice that permeate many religious and cultural traditions. It encourages us to embrace a more life-affirming spirituality that celebrates joy, abundance, and the inherent goodness within each of us. It is a call to reject any belief system that glorifies suffering or diminishes the value of human life. No sacrifice encourages us to find meaning and purpose in our lives, not through self-denial, but through acts of love, compassion, and service to others. It is a reminder that we are not here to suffer, but to experience the fullness of life, to embrace our creativity, and to contribute to the well-being of our communities and the world around us.